Welcome to Flavor Street. Thanks for joining this delicious journey. Let's explore new flavors and create tasty memories together. Grillmat, grilled meats like sausages and steaks served with bread or potatoes. To prepare grillmat, grilled food, you can have a variety of meats, vegetables, and accompaniments. Here's a breakdown of the typical ingredients that can be used to create a traditional Norwegian grilled meal. Meat options, primary protein. Sausages, Pølse traditional Norwegian sausages, which can be made of pork, beef, or lamb. Chicken breasts or thighs, boneless, skinless chicken pieces often seasoned or marinated for grilling. Pork belly or pork chops, pork is a popular choice for grilling, with a rich, flavorful cut. Beef steaks, ribeye, sirloin, or other cuts for a classic grilled steak. Lamb chops, another popular choice in Norway, especially for grilling. Fish, salmon, cod, or other fresh fish can be grilled, often with lemon and herbs. Marinades and seasonings. Olive oil, commonly used for marinating meat and fish. Garlic, fresh garlic cloves or garlic powder for seasoning. Fresh herbs, dill, thyme, rosemary, and parsley are great for both meat and fish. Lemon, fresh lemon juice for adding acidity to fish or chicken marinades. Paprika, adds flavor and color, especially for sausages or chicken. Salt and pepper, essential for basic seasoning. Mustard, can be used in marinades or as a condiment. Honey or maple syrup, to add a touch of sweetness, especially for marinating meats. Curry powder, for a more exotic flavor, often used in grilling marinades. Vegetables, optional for grilling. Bell peppers, great for grilling, adds sweetness and color. Onions, red onions or regular onions can be grilled and served alongside the meat. Zucchini, sliced into rounds, perfect for grilling. Eggplant, sliced and grilled, works well with lamb or chicken. Tomatoes, can be grilled or used fresh in a salad. Mushrooms, button mushrooms or portobello mushrooms, often marinated and grilled. Accompaniments, side dishes. Potatoes, often served as a side, such as boiled, roasted, or grilled potatoes. Bread, soft bread or traditional flatbreads like lefse to go along with the grilled food. Coleslaw, a cabbage-based salad to balance out the richness of the grilled meats. Sauces. Ketchup. Mustard. Tartar sauce, especially for grilled fish. Garlic butter, good for grilled meats and vegetables. Drinks, optional. Norwegian beer, often paired with grilled meats. Lemonade or sparkling water, refreshing drink options for pairing with grilled dishes. Sursild, pickled herring, which is often served in small portions or sandwiches. Sursild is a traditional Norwegian dish consisting of pickled herring. It is a popular delicacy in Norway and other Scandinavian countries, especially during holidays, celebrations, and as a part of cold buffets. The herring is marinated in a tangy, flavorful brine, and served with various accompaniments. Ingredients for sursild, pickled herring. Herring. Fresh herring, this is the key ingredient. You can use whole herring, which is typically filleted, or buy ready-made fillets of pickled herring if preferred. Brine for pickling. Vinegar, typically white vinegar or apple cider vinegar is used to create the acidic brine. Water, to dilute the vinegar and create the brine mixture. Sugar, for balancing the acidity of the vinegar with sweetness. You can adjust the amount based on taste. Salt, adds flavor and helps preserve the herring. Mustard seeds, often used to add a mild, spicy flavor to the brine. Whole peppercorns, for a bit of spice and flavor. Bay leaves, adds an earthy and aromatic flavor. Cloves, adds a sweet spicy note to the brine. Onions, thinly sliced onions are often added to the brine or layered with the herring for extra flavor. Carrots, sometimes used to add sweetness and color, cut into thin slices. Optional flavorings. Dill, a classic herb that pairs well with pickled herring, adding a fresh, aromatic flavor. Lemon, lemon slices or lemon zest can add a citrusy twist to the flavor. Red onion, for a milder, sweeter onion flavor than the regular white onion. Allspice, for an additional depth of flavor. Preparation method for sursild, pickled herring. Prepare the herring. If using whole herring, clean and fillet it. You can also use ready-made herring fillets if you prefer. Cut the fillets into bite-sized pieces if they are too large for serving. Make the pickling brine. In a saucepan, combine water, vinegar, sugar, salt, and your desired spices, such as mustard seeds, peppercorns, bay leaves, and cloves. Bring the mixture to a boil and stir until the sugar and salt dissolve. Once the brine boils, remove it from the heat and let it cool to room temperature. Layer the herring and onion. In a jar or container, alternate layers of the herring fillets and thinly sliced onions, and any additional herbs or vegetables like carrots or dill. Pour the cooled brine over the herring, making sure the fish is completely covered. Pickling. Seal the jar or container with a lid and place it in the refrigerator. Allow the herring to pickle for at least 1 to 2 days, though it is often better after 3 to 4 days to allow the flavors to fully develop. Serving. Serve sursild chilled. It is often enjoyed with bread, crisp bread, or potatoes. It can also be served with a dollop of sour cream, mustard sauce, or fresh herbs. Pølse med lompe, a hot dog in a soft flatbread, a popular quick snack in Norway. Pølse med lompe is a popular street food in Norway, often enjoyed as a quick snack or meal. It's a simple but beloved dish that consists of a sausage, pølse, served in a soft flatbread, lompe. It's similar to a hot dog but with a distinctly Norwegian twist. Here's how to prepare and serve it. Ingredients for pølse med lompe. Sausages, pølse. Norwegian sausages. You can use traditional Norwegian sausages, which come in various types such as pølse, a regular sausage made of pork, beef, or a mix of both. Kokt pølse, boiled sausages, often served in this dish. Grillpølse, grilled sausages, often with a smoky flavor. You can use other types of sausages, such as bratwurst or frankfurters, if traditional Norwegian sausages aren't available. Flatbread, lompe. Lompe, a soft, thin flatbread that is similar to a tortilla or a very soft pita. It is the essential component that wraps the sausage. Lompe is slightly thicker than a tortilla, and it has a mild taste to complement the sausage. You can make lompe from scratch or purchase pre-made ones from most supermarkets. Toppings and condiments, optional, but common. Ketchup, a sweet and tangy tomato condiment, often used as a topping for pølse med lompe. Mustard, Norwegian mustard, usually milder than yellow mustard, is a classic addition. Rom, sour cream, a smooth and creamy option to add richness. Relish, a sweet or savory vegetable relish for extra flavor. Onions, you can use either raw sliced onions or caramelized onions, depending on your preference. Sauerkraut, some people like to add sauerkraut for an extra kick and tanginess. Pickles, sliced pickles are another common topping. Lettuce or cabbage, sometimes, shredded lettuce or cabbage is added for crunch and freshness. Preparation steps. Cook the sausages. If you're using pre-cooked sausages, simply heat them in a pot of hot water for a few minutes to warm them through. Alternatively, you can grill them for extra flavor. If you're using uncooked sausages, such as raw bratwurst, grill or pan fry them until fully cooked, with a nice brown crust. Prepare the lompe. Warm the lompe flatbread slightly. You can do this by placing it in a hot pan for a few seconds on each side or microwaving it for 10 to 15 seconds, which makes it more pliable and easier to wrap around the sausage. Assemble the pølse med lompe. Lay a warmed lompe flatbread on a plate. Place the cooked sausage in the center of the lompe. Add your desired condiments and toppings, such as ketchup, mustard, onions, or pickles. Serve. Fold the lompe over the sausage to create a wrap. You can fold the sides in slightly for easy handling, and enjoy your homemade pølse med lompe. Reker, shrimp, fresh shrimp served with bread, lemon, and mayonnaise. Reker is the Norwegian word for shrimp. In Norway, shrimp is a beloved seafood, often served as a light dish or snack, especially along the coast. Reker are typically boiled or steamed and then served chilled, either on their own or in a variety of dishes. Here's how to prepare and enjoy reker in a traditional Norwegian style. Ingredients for preparing reker: shrimp. Fresh or frozen shrimp, reker. If you're using fresh shrimp, they will typically be boiled or steamed. You can also use frozen shrimp, which are often pre-cooked. Water, for boiling or steaming the shrimp. Salt, for seasoning the water during boiling. This helps enhance the natural flavor of the shrimp. Lemon, for squeezing fresh juice over the shrimp or serving lemon wedges as a garnish. Fresh dill, a popular herb in Norway that complements shrimp well. Butter, often served melted for dipping or drizzling over the shrimp. Bread, traditional Norwegian bread or crisp bread, knekkebrød, is often served alongside shrimp. Traditional Norwegian way to prepare reker. Boiling or steaming the shrimp. If you have fresh shrimp, bring a pot of salted water to a boil. Once boiling, add the shrimp. Boil for 2 to 3 minutes until the shrimp turn pink and are fully cooked. If you're using frozen shrimp, defrost them first. If they're cooked shrimp, you just need to reheat them in warm water for a few minutes. After boiling, drain the shrimp and allow them to cool. You can also place them in a bowl of ice water to chill them quickly. Peeling the shrimp. Once cooled, the shrimp are ready to eat. Typically, the shells are peeled off by hand, leaving just the shrimp meat. The heads and shells can be discarded, or kept for making shrimp stock if desired. Serving the shrimp. Arrange the chilled shrimp on a platter or individual plates. Garnish with lemon wedges and fresh dill for an extra burst of flavor. Serve with a bowl of melted butter or mayonnaise for dipping, or a creamy tartar sauce. Grilled salmon, freshly grilled salmon, often served as a quick meal in a sandwich or wrap. Grilled salmon is a popular and healthy dish, especially in coastal regions like Norway, where fresh fish is abundant. Grilled salmon is easy to prepare, full of flavor, and can be enjoyed in many different ways. Here's how to make a perfect grilled salmon, along with some traditional Norwegian twists. Ingredients for grilled salmon. Salmon. Salmon fillets. You can use salmon fillets with or without the skin, depending on your preference. If you're using skin-on fillets, the skin helps keep the salmon moist while grilling. Whole salmon. For a more dramatic presentation, you can grill a whole salmon. This is more common for larger gatherings. Marinade, optional. Olive oil, helps prevent the salmon from sticking to the grill and adds moisture. Lemon, fresh lemon juice and lemon zest to add tanginess and enhance the flavor of the salmon. Garlic, fresh garlic or garlic powder for seasoning. Dill, a classic Norwegian herb that pairs beautifully with salmon. Salt and pepper, essential seasonings to bring out the natural flavor of the fish. Honey or brown sugar, adds a touch of sweetness to balance the flavors. Mustard, for a sharp flavor that complements the richness of the salmon. Soy sauce, a splash of soy sauce can add a savory depth to the flavor. Fresh herbs, thyme, rosemary, or parsley work well for seasoning. Accompaniments, optional. Lemon wedges for squeezing over the grilled salmon. Grilled vegetables, such as zucchini, bell peppers, and asparagus. Boiled potatoes or potato salad, a common side in Norwegian cuisine. Fresh salad, a simple mixed green salad or a classic potato salad. Preparation method for grilled salmon. Marinate the salmon, optional. To enhance the flavor, marinate the salmon for 30 minutes to 1 hour in the fridge. For a simple marinade, mix olive oil, lemon juice, garlic, dill, salt, and pepper in a bowl. You can also add a small amount of honey or soy sauce for sweetness and depth. If you prefer to skip marinating, you can simply season the salmon fillets with salt and pepper just before grilling. Prepare the grill. Preheat your grill to medium-high heat, about 400 to 450 degrees Fahrenheit / 200 to 230 degrees Celsius. If you're using a charcoal grill, let the coals burn down until they are covered in white ash for an even heat. Oil the grill grates. Use a paper towel soaked in oil to rub the grill grates to prevent the salmon from sticking. Grill the salmon. For fillets. Place the salmon fillets skin side down on the grill. This helps protect the delicate flesh and keeps it from falling apart. Grill for about 4 to 6 minutes on one side. You should see grill marks and the fish should start to flake slightly. Flip the fillet gently and cook for another 3 to 4 minutes until the salmon is cooked through but still moist and tender. The internal temperature should reach 125 degrees Fahrenheit 52 degrees Celsius for medium or 145 degrees Fahrenheit 63 degrees Celsius for well done. For whole salmon. If grilling a whole salmon, oil the fish well and season it with herbs and lemon. You can also stuff the cavity with lemon slices, garlic, and fresh herbs. Grill the whole salmon on a grill pan or directly on the grill for 20 to 25 minutes per side, depending on the size of the fish. The fish is done when the flesh flakes easily with a fork. Check for doneness. Salmon is done when it flakes easily with a fork and the flesh has turned from translucent to opaque. If you're using a meat thermometer, check for an internal temperature of 125 degrees Fahrenheit 52 degrees Celsius for medium doneness. Serve. Once grilled, transfer the salmon fillets to a plate. Garnish with fresh lemon wedges, chopped herbs like dill or parsley, and a sprinkle of salt and pepper to taste. Clams, Muslinger, fresh clams, typically steamed with butter and garlic. Clams are a delicious and versatile shellfish that can be enjoyed in many ways, from simple steamed clams to being used in soups, pastas, and more. Here's how you can prepare and cook clams, along with some popular dishes in which they are featured. Ingredients for cooking clams. Clams. Fresh clams. You can choose from different types of clams, such as little neck clams, cherrystone clams, steamers, or manila clams. Always ensure the clams are fresh, with tightly closed shells or shells that close when tapped. Frozen clams. If fresh clams are not available, you can use frozen clams, though they may lose a little of their texture. For steaming or cooking. Water or broth. For steaming or simmering, water or a flavorful broth, vegetable, chicken, or seafood, can be used. White wine, often added to the broth for a more aromatic flavor. Garlic. Fresh garlic cloves add a deep, savory flavor. Onions, shallots or regular onions, finely chopped, are a great base for many clam dishes. Butter, for richness and flavor when serving the clams. Lemon, fresh lemon zest or juice to brighten the dish. Herbs, fresh herbs such as parsley, thyme, or dill are great for garnishing or seasoning the clams. Salt and pepper, for seasoning the broth and clams. Preparation and cooking methods for clams. Cleaning and prepping clams. Rinse the clams. If using fresh clams, rinse them well under cold water to remove any sand or debris from the shells. Soak the clams. If you're using wild-caught clams, they may have sand inside their shells. Place the clams in a bowl of cold salted water and let them soak for 20 to 30 minutes. During this time, they will expel any sand. After soaking, scrub the shells with a brush to remove any remaining grit. Steaming clams. Steaming is a common method for cooking clams, which preserves their delicate flavor and texture. Ingredients. Fresh clams. 1 cup of white wine, or water. 2 to 3 cloves of garlic, minced. 1 small onion, finely chopped. A few sprigs of fresh thyme or parsley. Butter, optional. Lemon wedges, for serving. Instructions. In a large pot, combine the wine, garlic, onion, and herbs. Bring the liquid to a simmer. Add the clams to the pot. Cover with a lid and let them steam for about 5 to 7 minutes, or until the shells have opened. If any clams remain closed, discard them. Remove from heat and carefully transfer the clams to a serving bowl. If desired, stir in a tablespoon of butter for richness, and sprinkle the clams with fresh parsley or other herbs. Serve with lemon wedges and crusty bread to soak up the flavorful broth. Clam chowder, creamy soup. Clams are a key ingredient in clam chowder, a classic seafood soup, especially in coastal regions like New England. Ingredients: 2 cups of fresh clams, cleaned and chopped. 1 tablespoon of butter. 1 small onion, diced. 1 celery stalk, chopped. 2 medium potatoes, peeled and diced. 2 cups of chicken broth or clam broth. 1 cup of heavy cream or half and half. Salt and black pepper. Fresh parsley, for garnish. Bay leaves, optional. Instructions: in a large pot, melt the butter and sauté the onion and celery until soft. Add the potatoes and broth, and bring to a simmer. Cook for about 10 to 15 minutes or until the potatoes are tender. Stir in the chopped clams, and continue to cook for another 5 minutes. Add the cream, salt, and pepper, and simmer for an additional 5 minutes. Remove from heat, discard any bay leaves, and serve hot with a sprinkle of fresh parsley on top. Clams in pasta. Clams pair beautifully with pasta, and a simple linguine with clams is a favorite dish. Ingredients: fresh clams, about 1 to 2 pounds. 8 ounces of linguine or spaghetti. 3 to 4 cloves of garlic, minced. Half a cup of white wine. Olive oil. Fresh parsley, chopped. Red pepper flakes, optional. Salt and black pepper. Instructions: cook the linguine according to the package instructions, reserving some pasta water. In a large skillet, heat olive oil and sauté the garlic until fragrant. Add the white wine and let it simmer for a minute. Add the clams, cover the skillet, and let the clams steam for about 5 to 7 minutes until they open. Toss the cooked pasta into the skillet with the clams, adding some reserved pasta water if needed for a sauce. Season with salt, pepper, and red pepper flakes, and finish with chopped parsley. Serve with extra lemon wedges. Grilled clams. Grilled clams are a delicious way to enjoy them, especially during the summer. Ingredients: fresh clams, cleaned. Garlic butter, mix softened butter with minced garlic, lemon juice, and parsley. Fresh herbs, optional. Instructions: preheat your grill to medium-high heat. Place the clams directly on the grill grate or on a grill pan. Grill for about 5 to 7 minutes until the shells open. Remove the clams and drizzle with garlic butter and herbs. Serve immediately. Smørbrød med lox, open-faced sandwiches with smoked salmon, a Norwegian classic. Smørbrød med lox is a traditional Norwegian open-faced sandwich featuring smoked salmon, lox, and it's a popular, simple yet delicious dish often enjoyed for breakfast, lunch, or as a snack. This dish is an essential part of Norwegian cuisine, especially given Norway's coastal location and the abundance of high-quality fish. Here's a simple guide on how to prepare smørbrød med lox. Ingredients: bread, broad. Rye bread, rugbrød, a hearty, dense bread that is often used for this sandwich. Sourdough bread, a tangy option that also works well. Whole wheat bread or crisp bread, knekkebrød alternatively. These types of bread can be used for a lighter option. The bread should be sliced thick enough to hold the toppings but not too thick to overwhelm the delicate flavors. Smoked salmon, lox. Thinly sliced smoked salmon, often from wild-caught Norwegian salmon. The quality of the smoked salmon is key, so try to find high-quality fish for the best flavor. Butter, smør. A thin layer of butter spread on the bread helps enhance the flavor and adds richness. Lemon. Fresh lemon wedges for squeezing over the top or zesting on the salmon. Fresh dill. A classic herb in Norwegian cuisine, fresh dill adds a bright, aromatic note that complements the salmon beautifully. Red onion. Thin slices of red onion add a slight sharpness and crunch. Some people also use shallots for a milder flavor. Capers, optional. Small pickled flower buds that add a burst of tangy flavor and are often used as a garnish for smoked salmon dishes. Cucumber, optional. Thinly sliced cucumber can add a refreshing crunch and balance the richness of the salmon. Hard-boiled egg, optional. A slice of hard-boiled egg adds texture and a creamy element to the sandwich, making it a more substantial dish. Instructions. Prepare the bread. Start by slicing your bread of choice. If using rye bread or sourdough, cut thick slices, about ½ inch thick. Spread a thin layer of butter on each slice of bread. The butter acts as a barrier, preventing the bread from getting soggy and adding flavor. Add the smoked salmon. Place the smoked salmon on top of the buttered bread, folding or arranging the slices neatly. The amount of salmon can vary based on preference, but generally, a few generous slices are enough. Add toppings. Red onion. Place thin slices of red onion on top of the salmon. If you prefer, you can soak the onion slices in a little water to mellow out their sharpness. Fresh dill. Sprinkle fresh dill on top to add freshness and an aromatic touch. Lemon. Squeeze a little lemon juice over the salmon, or place a wedge on the side for extra citrusy flavor. Capers. For added flavor, top with a few capers for a burst of tanginess. Cucumber. Optional. Arrange thin slices of cucumber for a refreshing crunch. Optional. Add a slice of hard-boiled egg on top for a richer, more filling version of the sandwich. Serving. Smørbrød med lox is typically served on its own or with a side of fresh salad, perhaps with a few pickles or a dollop of sour cream on the side. It is commonly enjoyed with a glass of cold beer or freshly brewed coffee. In Norway, it can be eaten as a quick breakfast, a lunch, or as a snack at any time of day. It's perfect for brunch gatherings, where guests can make their own sandwiches with various toppings. Kreps, crayfish served in various styles, from boiled to grilled. Kreps, or crayfish, are a beloved delicacy in Norway and many other Nordic countries. Known for their sweet, tender meat, they are often enjoyed in a variety of dishes, both boiled and grilled, and are a popular treat during late summer and early autumn, particularly in the form of krepsester, crayfish parties. Here are a few different ways to prepare and enjoy kreps, crayfish. Boiled kreps, crayfish. Boiled crayfish is the most traditional and popular method of preparing these shellfish. This simple yet flavorful method is often the centerpiece of a gathering. Ingredients. Fresh or frozen crayfish, kreps. Make sure to purchase live crayfish for the best taste. If frozen, thaw them before cooking. Water, enough to cover the crayfish in the pot. Salt, for seasoning the water. Dill. Fresh dill is a key ingredient in the boiling process, as it infuses the crayfish with a lovely herby flavor. Lemon, optional, adds a tangy note to the boiling liquid. Sugar, optional. Some people add a bit of sugar to balance the salty and herbal flavors. Instructions. Prepare the boiling liquid. In a large pot, bring water to a boil. Add salt, a generous amount of fresh dill, and lemon slices, optional. Boil the crayfish. Once the water is boiling, add the crayfish. You can drop them in whole. Boil them for about 5 to 7 minutes until the crayfish turn bright red. Cool the crayfish. After boiling, remove the crayfish and let them cool. Some people like to place them in an ice bath to stop the cooking process and keep them cold. Serve. Serve the boiled crayfish with melted butter, fresh dill, and lemon wedges. It is traditionally eaten by peeling the shells and enjoying the sweet meat, often alongside fresh bread or crisp bread.